What is up, y'all? I know it's been a long time since I've given you any sort of update, but excited to show you the new outdoor kitchen and the progress we made. In this video, I'll show you exactly how we went from a pile of raw materials to this fully finished outdoor kitchen, and we'll walk you through the whole process. But again, thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a while. We've got a few more videos coming here pretty soon. We'll be doing a full house tour here soon, but for now, let's jump into the details of this outdoor kitchen build. All right, so this is the outdoor kitchen. We put in all of the islands. Everything was just a pile of raw materials from Home Depot. Cabinets came from Viver, fridge Viver, wildfire grills here. It's a 42-inch wildfire grill. All of the stone is an Alaska gray ledger stone. You'll see this throughout the video. I'll give you all the materials in the breakdown, but pretty much all raw materials installed, pretty much all myself. We've got these nice leathered granite countertops we got from a local stone supplier. Ran all the propane, all the electrical. You can see the knobs light up here if you can see it. And then we've got the sink over here. So full kitchen, and we'll go through all the details of the build, but let's just give you a quick look here. Big 42-inch wildfire grill, stainless steel grill grates, really high BTU unit, really great burners. I can put a link down below to where I got this and some of the details around that. Really used Embers Outdoor Living as a coach and guide in what I wanted to do with the grill station here. But yeah, that's the one I went with, and it came with the side burner here. Just a simple little 2-burner side burner unit. Probably honestly never used that thing, but it came with the barbecue, so I figured I had to put it in. So we modified the plans a little bit to fit that, but that's kind of about the burners. And then as far as drawers, we've got these Viver stainless steel drawers, pretty decent quality for the price. And then we got the little paper towel holder and a trash drawer. So overall, I'm decently happy with the quality. I like how everything turned out. I think the countertops look great. They feel great. They stay cool when the sun is beating down on them. And overall, pretty happy. So that's the island side. And just a peek into the pool, the little waterfall going. And then we've got all of the smoker equipment on this side. This video is not really about this, but I figure I'd give you a quick glimpse into what we got going on out here on the patio. So let's get into the build. I'll show you how I went from all the materials, give you all the step-by-step instructions from framing to stone, etc. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned and take a look. All right, today is the day. We are getting started on the barbecue island. Got a bunch of the materials down here, some steel studs, some cement boards, some tiles, and we are going to be framing up the barbecue island. So I'll take you through all the steps, keep you updated as we do the build, and hopefully you like it. And if you do, make sure to subscribe below for more content like this. So let's get into it. All right, for materials, we've got some of this 5/8-inch Durox cement board for the top, and then 1/2-inch Durox cement board for the sides. We got the kids in the pool, so they're making some noise. We've got 20-gauge steel tracks and studs. So I got these all from Home Depot. You got a special order the 20-gauge, but it's definitely more sturdy than the 25-gauge, so got that. And then as far as siding, we'll be using these MSI ledger stones. This is Alaska gray. They got a nice sparkle in the sun. I don't know if you probably can't see it there, but nice color tones, really go with the black and white that we're doing here at the house. And so that's for those materials. As far as screws, we're using these panhead framing screws, 7/16 inch. You can see in the picture they've got steel studs, so definitely the right tool for the job. They're little black panhead screws, Phillips head, nice and short, just enough to go through the stud and the track, so no big deal there. And then as far as the blade, we've got this guy, Diablo ferrous metal blade. See nice kind of close together teeth, and I'll show you what that looks like cutting. Cuts through these things really easily, nice square corners, so leaves a little bit of metal shrapnel. Make sure you're wearing protective equipment. I've got some steel, just protective safety glasses, because it does shoot little metal shrapnel everywhere, so make sure you're wearing protective gear. All right, other than that, I'm going to start getting these things screwed together here, get it framed out. So I'm going to put some of these guys in here, get it framed out, and then I'll show you what it's going to start to look like as I get it put together. All right, so just to show you how this cuts, I'm gonna put on my safety glasses, and then again, that same blade, we're just gonna run it through. We've got 2 tracks here stacked together. I'm gonna go ahead and run the blade right through here. You see, nice clean cut, went right through. A little bit of shrapnel flies around, but really good cuts, really fast. So that's definitely the way to go. All right, so here we are a couple days later, and I've now got a lot of the framing done and some of the cement board on there. So let's give you a closer look. So as you can see, we've got a lot of the studs and tracks all assembled. We've got some of the cement board on the back. In this particular spot where the fridge is gonna go, I went ahead and used a piece of 3/8 inch steel here, and then I got some 1/4 inch spacers under there. I went ahead and just screwed that into a wood block down here. So really not a big deal. And then this will just support the granite countertop, so that it has support because you have this big open space here. So wanted to make sure that that was done. And then we have all the cutouts for the grill, all of your cabinet cutouts. Plenty of support. It's very strong, very sturdy. Really not worried about it. I did put some like cross braces in a few spots like here. Got some stuff on the bottom as well to support the cabinets go in there. Have all the electrical ran, and then I've got the spot for the sink over here. And if we take a step back, we'll see we've got the cabinets. So these will all just slide in there when we're ready. So we got some drawers and a trash drawer. And then I've got the doors for down here underneath the barbecue. So overall, pretty straightforward. Probably the biggest thing is that this slopes. So I think it's about 1.5 or 2 inches from this corner over to this corner. And so you've got to measure each of these studs kind of as you go. For me, it was about an 1/8 inch drop per foot. So I was able to measure that out and get those all cut to keep that top level. But something you might want to pay attention to when you're doing your install, to just make sure that you get everything nice and level. I did go ahead and add the Trex decking here under there for water. You can see if I go to the back side, you won't really be able to see that once you get all of the cement board on. I've got about a 1/4 inch space there under the cement board, and then once you add the stone on top of that, you're really not going to notice any of those pieces of Trex there on the bottom, but just help to keep the steel off the ground. I also did go ahead and anchor these into the concrete, so I use the what are they called, Tapcon screws to anchor them. I've got a couple on each side, a few throughout as well, just to get a little bit more stability. The winds here in Texas are pretty crazy, so I figured it was worth doing that. I know a lot of people don't anchor them down, but it wasn't really difficult, and figured it was worthwhile to do for me. So got a couple outlets, one for the fridge, one for the barbecue and the burner, and then I've got an outlet here in the back as well. So yeah, overall pretty straightforward. I'm gonna finish adding cement board all the way around, add cement board on the top, and then we've got the countertops coming in, and we'll be wrapping everything with that ledger stone. All right, we're making some pretty good progress here. Gonna show you where we're at with the framing, the cement board, the cabinets are in, the fridge is in, a lot of the siding's in, and so let's give you a closer look here. All right, so we got the cutouts for the grill and the side burner. Got our fridge in, all the electricals wired up, so the fridge is cold-ish. This is a Vivor fridge. I probably wouldn't recommend this glass door. You can see how much sweat is on the outside. I'd probably go with a full stainless steel, maybe upgrade to a proper outdoor fridge. This one from Vivor is, questionable. All the cabinets here are also from Vivor. Quality on them is decent. Definitely not super high end, but you can see little paper towel drawers and then sliding drawers. They feel a little bit cheap, but they'll do the trick. The trash drawer, kind of same thing. This one's definitely a little bit more rickety, but it'll do the trick, I think, for what we need. As you can see in here, we had all the steel studs. Got the propane line ready to go with the splitter for the grill and the burner. Have some cross support, so this thing is really sturdy. I use 20 gauge studs like I said before, and For the siding, we have this ledger stone, and I gave you that information before, but I'll link it in the description below. But this stuff is pretty easy to work with. Been cutting pretty easy with a diamond blade, just a little Diablo diamond blade on the grinder. Probably better on a wet saw, but the diamond blade on the grinder seems to be doing a pretty good job. And it allows you to do some of these notches like here where you've got to cut around things. Could you do that with a wet saw? Yeah, for sure. But I think having the diamond blade on the grinder gives you a little bit more flexibility to do some of these kinds of cuts. And then, yeah, you get like a kind of a nice edge. I don't know. I like the kind of more rugged edge versus a super clean cut on some of these things. And so the diamond blade on the grinder does that pretty well. Still got to clean up some of the corners. I've got it set to where I didn't use the corner pieces. I went ahead and used a stagger pattern, so you get them kind of alternating, and then the other tiles come in here, and then I'll clean it up once I'm all done. And they'll kind of look a little bit more like this corner. I think it looks pretty good. Some people might not. Again, I still got some cleanup to do here, but I think it looks pretty good and comes out nice. You could, of course, opt for the corner pieces, but it's just a lot more to deal with. This side, same kind of story. Again, not done with all the exterior stone, but coming along. Sink's going to drop in here, and I'm just going to keep going down. Hardest part for sure is getting it level with the top. You know, there's some things you could do. You could take it up and grind it off or whatever. Really want to have some spacers down here, and then I kind of dropped it down once I got to the top. You can decide what works for you, but that's how I approach the problem. So yeah, pretty much that's all ready to go. We'll have the granite coming in here in a couple of days, and then I'll probably do some of the final stonework once the granite's in, just so that the grill and the granite and all that stuff line up perfectly, and I can kind of tuck those stones in right there at the end. The rest of the stuff towards the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in all that stuff before the granite gets here, and I'll give you a look once it's all done. All right, we got the countertops going in here. They're just installing it, so I'll give you updates as they get the stuff cut out, and we'll get it installed. Grill's going in down here, and I'll show you the finished product in here in a second. All right, so once again, here's the finished product. Full outside kitchen, granite's in, stones in, cabinets in, sinks in. If you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe. Really appreciate you tuning in after it's been so long since I posted any updates, so really appreciate it. Like I said, I've got another video coming out here pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. If you've got any questions, post them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And good luck with your adventure trying to build your own outdoor kitchen. Until next time.